Hi everyone, welcome to the workshop. We're just going to wait for some more people to come in and then we'll get started, probably at about 1:35. Feel free to text in the chat appropriately and let us know about how the opening ceremony went, your thoughts on the theme and the guest speakers that we had. Okay, I'm glad you guys liked the theme. Mental health is pretty cool, yeah. Yeah, the guest speakers were really cool. It was awesome that we got Mayor Patrick Brown to say a few words. And I think Andrew did a really great job and was really inspiring, and Willie's poem was awesome as well. So it's great that we got some really cool speakers to hopefully inspire you and give you some unique insights. Okay, so I think we'll get started now. I'm Ananya. Welcome to the Design Thinking Workshop, guys. I'm very excited to host this with you in partnership with Marvel. We want to thank them for their resources and for letting us host this workshop. And it's all about design thinking and the principles of design thinking, which we'll be exploring. And you guys are actually going to be creating and prototyping an app within this workshop. So just a housekeeping thing, if you have any questions or inquiries or any comments to make, please use the chat function on Zoom and be sure to be using appropriate messaging and language. So as I said previously, I'm Ananya J. Kumar. I'm your workshop host. I'm a grade 12 student. I'm interested in science, technology, and design, and I'm a Marvel enthusiast with both the app and the cinematic universe. So when we're talking about design, it's a really important concept in our world. It solves problems, and it's all about putting users and experiences first. It's the key to unlocking the potential of any idea. Design is everywhere from architecture to the operating systems and user interfaces of pretty much every app, including Zoom, including Discord, Zoom, even Marvel itself. So to start off, let's type the name of a really cool website or app that you think has an awesome design and user interface. So I'm going to go first and say that I think Apple has a really good product-centered website design, because every time I go on the Apple website, they have these amazing photos and they really showcase the features of all their devices, which I think is a really good design. So let's see what you guys think. Okay, we have Wix. Yeah, I think Wix has a cool design and it's easy to use. Canva as well. Canva helps you design things, so it's like meta. Someone said the Spark website. Bonus points to you. Okay, I see some really good ideas here. So Marvel has created a website and a software where you can essentially design any prototype or app without any coding knowledge. They host this workshop hundreds of times a month, and large companies, even like BuzzFeed, educational agencies, and the Peel District School Board all use Marvel software and workshops. It's a prototyping platform that enables you to create realistic and interactive mockups. So it's not just like a slideshow, it's something that you can actually use. So design thinking is in the title of this workshop, but what is design thinking? It's a design methodology that helps solve problems using a human-centered approach. It's a series of stages in a process that are simple enough for everyone to understand, but it's also very diverse and broad and works incredibly well when you apply it to the majority of projects, design-related or not. It's centered around the concept of empathy. How can you make things easier and solve problems for someone else through how you design something? So here are the 5 stages of the design thinking process. The first is to empathize. Know the person you're designing for so you understand their needs better. Then you define the actual problem you're trying to solve for your business, customer, or user. Then you ideate and come up with different solutions that might be useful to people, and especially your user. You can then turn those ideas into realistic mockups with stage 4, which is prototyping. And then stage 5 allows you to test and share your prototype to gain invaluable feedback from the people that matter, your users. So we're going to go through all these stages in the workshop together, and I'm going to walk you through each one, and then we're going to engage in a group activity where you'll actually get to go through these stages yourself and create something. So to fit in with our theme of mental health and technology integrations, I've come up with a small problem that you'll be solving with your prototypes with your group. So imagine you work at a bank where most employees work in high-stress positions working on various accounts and projects at a time. You want to improve the mental well-being of employees at the bank you work at. So that's your problem, and I'm hoping you guys will be able to come up with some really cool and interesting solutions. Stage 1 is empathizing with people. Get to know your users and empathize with their problems and their life. You're designing for them, not you. Make sure to build the profile of your end user and try to see the world through their eyes. Walk a couple miles in their shoes. Think about their daily routine, where they live, what are their goals. Even their location and age and demographic are all valuable details that you can use to create a really cool and interactive design that matches what they want and need from an application. Then define the challenge. What's the problem you want to solve, and why is it important for you to solve it? When you're passionate about the problem you want to solve, you can come up with a solution that will genuinely and positively work. Good design solves problems. So what are you going to solve for your user? It's all about them. You're designing for the people that you're trying to help. Don't just think about the technology applications, and this is something I want to emphasize. It's not just about what you use, it's about how you use it and how you convey it. Make sure that you're relating to your user and relating to the problem in every step of the way. All these stages really connect together and mesh. Now we're on the ideation stage. Coming up with ideas, no matter how crazy, is how things are created, innovated, and improved upon. So don't be afraid to just throw some ideas out there. But make sure that everything you come up with and all the ideas you bring to the table match your user and solve your problem. Brainstorm as many solutions as possible. You can never have too many solutions in this stage. Generate as many ideas as you can, even the craziest ones, and then anchor everything to your user and problems. Once you have a bunch of different solutions, you can zone in on the ones that seem the most feasible and also seem the best for your user and for your design. In this stage, we transfer ideas and create something real on Marvel, where you can collaborate and work together on your design. So the next slide will show kind of a simple demo of how Marvel's used, and then I'm going to show a demo of a project that I've actually created on Marvel for a group project. So Marvel's great because it helps you bring your ideas to life and create interactive prototypes where you can actually create hotspots, click, and interact with the app as if it's actually real. Don't spend too much time on your ideas when you're in this stage, especially now. Just focus on moving fast and getting things done, and build with the user in mind, as always. Marvel has 6 steps to prototyping and creating pretty much anything. Create an account, create a project, select your project type and the device you want to create it for, share it with your team, add your design, link your screens together so it looks interactive, and then hit play and try it for yourself. So this is an app that I created for a project where essentially we were trying to solve a problem that is COVID-19 related. So we chose to create a prototype that would solve the problem of being able to go to grocery stores or stores near you and not knowing how much the wait time is, because that's a pretty big issue. So what we did was create an app that would essentially tell you the wait times of stores in your area depending on the criteria that you put into the app. So this is just to show you the different capabilities of Marvel. So you can start off with a home screen like this, click on the app, which we call Grocery Genius, and have buttons and different links that will take you to different pages, which is the point of like a hotspot. So we had a sign up page, the idea of like a keyboard coming up when you're typing in something, email addresses, creating passwords, and then kind of creating an account and setting up an experience as if you're actually interacting with this app. So that's the best part of Marvel is, for the most part, it looks real and it looks like an actual app that you're using, and you don't need any coding experience. There was no coding involved with the creation of this. So we created a home page. We had settings, like about this app, all that, notifications, and then we also had a maps page, which is the core of our app. So you can have pop-ups, so that's what we did for our instructions, and we created different criteria. So you could search, you could do by radius and wait time, and you could have your favorite stores only. So let's say we wanted stores within a 10-kilometer radius, the maximum wait time of 60 minutes, because let's say we were having a less busy day. Then you could submit, and we'd have, obviously this isn't connected to any APIs like Google Maps or anything like that, but the idea is that the different locations would pop up on this map, and then you'd be able to select one that's near you that you'd like to go to, and then see the estimated wait time, the link to that store if you wanted to order online, and then you'd be able to return to the map. So this is just a mock-up of some ideas that we were able to bring to life. Again, we created this in about 3 or 4 days of working on it, so there's definitely no expectations for this. Although you can use this for your hackathon project and develop something really cool that's also very well designed. So that's just a demo of the way Marvel works. So the next thing is to test your design. So work together as a group and go through your prototype with a critical eye. Think of the things that you like and don't like about it. However, in a context not like this one where you're working on a project, maybe even at work or when you're designing something else, it's really important to test your prototype with your user. Give them the sales pitch before using the prototype. Don't interrupt or try to take over. See what they like and don't like about it. It's important to gauge how your user feels about your design, because your design is for them. Identify where they hit issues, if there's a button that they thought would lead to something, or if they feel like there's something that should be on your screen that isn't. This is the best way to improve upon and see how you can make your app easier to solve the problem that you intended to solve for your user. Next is the stage 6, which is demonstrating your work, showing off your prototype and the process you used to create it in a presentation format. So we've actually created a template for you where you'll be able to put in all this information from stages 1 to 5 and input your Marvel prototype that you guys are going to create. One important thing to note is how to present a Marvel prototype. Every Marvel prototype has a shareable link that you can find in the settings. Grab the link for that and put it in your presentation template, which I've just sent, and use the left and right arrow keys or click on the hotspots to go through your design and essentially show it off. So like I said before, we've created template slides that I just put in the chat, and you can head over to that deck and fill in the findings and link to your final prototype. Please include everything that's on the slideshow. If you want to include some extra details, that's up to you depending on the amount of time you have. You're going to be assigned a team of 5 through breakout rooms to work with for this workshop, and you're going to get 50 minutes to complete stages 1 to 5. So you guys will be back at 2:50 and we'll conclude the workshop from there. Just before I split you off into breakout rooms, the winners of this workshop, once you submit your presentation template and your prototype into the Google form that I just sent, the winners will be recognized at the closing ceremony, receive prizes, and receive certificates for your hard work. So hopefully that's an incentive to create something really cool with your group. All right, guys, I'll see you after the breakout rooms. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you had a great time in the breakout rooms working with your team to create solutions to the problem that was presented at the beginning of the workshop. And I can't wait to see your prototypes on Marvel. So at this moment, I've just sent a Google form, which is the submission link. So if you haven't already, please submit your slideshow and your prototype to the link below. One person can submit per group. And on that note, congratulations. You've completed your first prototype using design thinking. I'm really excited to see your prototypes and look at the submissions at the end of the day. Thank you so much for coming to the workshop. If you have any additional questions, stay back. So I'm really excited to see what ideas you bring to life next, especially within this hackathon. Shout out to Marvel for the amazing slides and resources. If you need a tool for your project and you're not experienced with coding that much and you're interested in creating a prototype or a wireframe, you should definitely check out Marvel. You're also pretty much experts now. Thank you again so much for attending this workshop. I'm really excited to have been able to talk to you guys about this concept, and I can't wait to see what you create at the hackathon. Bye, guys.